So I recently platinumed Astro Bot, and there's no denying the game is absolutely amazing, but it just wasn't long enough and left me with this craving for more platformers. So I went to Google to search up what the best platformer games on PlayStation were, and to my surprise, PlayStation's website was one of the first things that popped up. So I clicked on it and scrolled down to where they had all of their top platformers listed. The first being Astro Bot, of course. But then they have 3 other games there as well. The new Sonic X Shadow Generations, Sackboy, and Crash Bandicoot, which gave me the idea for this video. So today I'll be getting platinums on all 4 of PlayStation's best platformers. And the first one I'll be going for is Sackboy: A Big Adventure. Alright, so the platinum on this game has 46 trophies and sits at a 5 out of 10 difficulty. And the sole reason for that is the Rip Snorter. It's an insane 10-minute long speedrun that you have to get through in one go without dying.
Oh, okay.
And oh boy, did I have quite the time getting it completed. What? No! I'm 7 minutes in, oh man. But before we get to that, we still have a whole story mode to get through. And it starts off with being introduced to this place.
It's called the Imagisphere, and it's made up of all the creative thoughts and ideas anyone has ever had. And they all come together to make a planet we call Craft World.
And this is where Sackboy and all the Sack folk live. Yeah, they're called Sack folk. But just when everyone was having a great day skateboarding around and somehow painting multiple pictures at once.
Huh?
I mean, what a skill. But all of a sudden, this guy rips open the sky and steps into their world. His name is Vex, and apparently he is the
Bringer of nightmares, master of the uproar.
He then says he has this plan which everyone is just gonna love. He then proceeds to whip out some sort of interdimensional vacuum and sucks everyone into who knows where. I don't think anyone loved that plan, but Sackboy ends up being the only one to escape and gets into his rocket ship, blasting him off away from danger and bringing us into the very first level of the game, where I get introduced to the mechanics and how the game works, like the collectibles in each level.
It's a dreamer orb.
And the goals to complete on each of them as well, which I'll need to do a bunch for later trophies. Oh nice, so I got the gold. One of the level goals. Then I also got my first trophy for unlocking the bridge and opening up the first world. Daydream Believer. Push back the uproar for the first time. And right across the bridge is the clothing shop.
Hello, I am Zum Zum.
Which is where I get my next trophy, Fashionista, for putting on a full costume. Then I went back to the first level quickly to get the last level goal for completing it without dying, because eventually I'll need to get 30 total for a trophy. But for now, it just gets me Master of 1 for completing every single goal in a single level. And when I was in the PlayStation store, I noticed every costume was free, so I downloaded a bunch of them and ended up getting the trophy Walk-in Wardrobe for 300 costume pieces, which is probably a really cheap way of doing it, but oh well. Then after getting through the first few levels, I got my first 2-player level, and I figured it wouldn't be that hard to do with 2 controllers, so I tried just that. And oh man, was I ever wrong. It could have been a lot easier, but at the time I didn't know you could carry the other player. And even worse was trying to get on places like this, where I had to hold down one controller with one hand and then play with the other. It's absolutely ridiculous. So multiplayer levels were gonna have to wait until the end, but I was somehow able to finish up that level and got this trophy. Hey, at least gave me a trophy. Fun multiplied. After that, I quickly went back into the store
I am Zum Zum.
to create this masterpiece, getting the icon of style. Then when I was going through my next level, I found this Rubik's Cube looking item, and finding it unlocked me my first Knitted Knights trial, along with the trophy. Squired up. Discover the trials of the Knitted Knights. Huh, can I go do them now? Oh, okay. The Knitted Knights trials are a set of 15 speedrun trials you need to unlock and then complete gold on them. Like I did first try on this one and unlocked me this. Oh no, I did get it. It was 35 seconds. Oh, sweet. I thought it was 30 seconds. That's awesome. Yeah, let's go. Knights of Gold. But completing all 15 is how I will unlock the Rip Snorter later. I also unlocked a remix level, which is the exact same as the trials, but in a level instead. And it took me a whopping 14 seconds. Pointless. But completing it popped Remix Master. Earn a gold rank in any remix level. Then once I finally got to the final level of this world, I run into this dweeb again.
This is so moving. The brave Sackling.
And somehow Sackboy looks less intimidating when he's mad. I mean, look at this guy. But that brings me to my first boss fight, where all I had to do was jump over spikes and launch bombs at Vex 3 times. Yes, I got him. You've got potential, Squire. But that's not the last we'll be seeing of him, because every single boss fight in the game is against him. Just a bit harder each time. And before I went to the next world, I went back to clean up a few levels and ended up getting a few trophies, like Stunner for stunning 30 enemies, Multi-Master for completing every level goal 10 times, and the last one was Bubble Binger for collecting a full chain of time bubbles 30 times. Bubble Binger. Then I fired up the rocket ship and flew over to the next world, where right off the bat I got my next trophy, which I think was a typo they made. It's for defeating 30 enemies by bouncing on them, but it's called Bounder. You'd think it would be Bouncer. I don't know, maybe they meant to do that, who knows. But after that I went into another trial, and to end it with a bang I decided to pop out 4 sick tricks in the air, and it got me this trophy. Gymnastic fantastic. Then I went on to find this level where quite literally the whole thing is one big slide, which ended up getting me 3,000 points while sliding for this trophy. I also found another cool level where you get this sick boomerang to hurl at your ops, and inevitably I got 30 kills with it and got pop and lobber. Then after I complete a few more levels, I made it to the final one where I find our good pal Vex.
Oh, here he comes.
And he proceeds to show us all the sack folk doing slave labor, which I mean, that's pretty screwed up. So Sackboy makes that mad face again and we head into the boss fight. But since he's still scared from last time, he sends a worm in on his behalf. Like, come on, is that the best you can do? Right here. That's, oh no, one left. Oh wait. Go. Metameric Malady. Then somehow I got through the whole of World 3 without a single trophy, but I did find this costume. Who needs more Astro Bot when you can play Sackbot? But for World 3's boss fight, Vex decided to keep his worms to himself and actually step up this time, but not too far up. It's the exact same as before, just with the addition of the platforms raising and a lot more spikes, but still the same amount of bombs to the face.
Your worst nightmares are about to come true.
Now I was on to World 4, which is where I found probably the best mechanic in the game, picking up enemies and tossing them off the edge. And what game isn't that fun? And this game's fun and all, but damn is it a long game. And there's about 10 levels per world, and 6 worlds total. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip to the next boss fight since I didn't get any trophies. And the next boss fight is kinda like a more evolved version of Karen from SpongeBob. But to defeat it, I have to go through multiple waves of clicking these buttons and sliding these sliders, while Karen over here sends attack after attack at me, until eventually I use my Iron Man powers to fly up and shoot her in the face, and that gets me Crash Override. But now it's time for World 5, which is the last full world, as the 6th one only has a few levels of the game. But the next trophy I got, I'm really surprised I hadn't gotten earlier. It's for getting a multi-kill 10 times. So I found this tower of bozos and hit them all down with my boomerang and got multitasking. Then I rushed through the rest of the levels, not worrying about collectibles or anything, just trying to finish up the game, and finally made it to the last boss fight with Vex. And again, it's the same as before, just with the addition of rolling spike logs this time, which actually proved to be pretty effective on me and almost took away all my lives. I only ended up beating him with 1 hit left and 0 lives, but at least I still beat him. Oh, remember how I said that was the last fight against Vex? Well, I got played, and once I'm back in the world, the wall behind opens up, revealing yet another Vex fight level. Gotta love it. So after completing this hard-ass level they require you to complete to unlock it, then I jump in to fight him again. But before I get to fight him, we get a cutscene with Scarlet, and she's showing us the Tree of Imagination, and how Vex is gonna come destroy it. And as if enslaving his whole race wasn't enough, Vex comes in and shoots Scarlet now too. Poor Sack has to be traumatized. After he mourns, he makes his mad face yet again, and we head into the fight to get his revenge. Now we finally got a different type of boss fight. Not to mention the platforming I had to do just to get into the fight.
This is it. The end of the line. The end of Craft World. And the end of Sackboy.
But for this one, there's a bunch of platforms that move all around, along with enemies that shoot at you, and also a magic hand that tries to smack you the whole time. But luckily I made it through without dying, and here's the last hit it took to get him. Yes, let's go. Verified Vex Vanquisher. Then out of nowhere, Scarlet appears and said she was just resting and not actually dead, along with all the sack folk. So everyone heads back to Craft World and throws a nice party to end the game. So now with Vex finally actually defeated, I unlock World 6. And to be able to cross the bridge here, I need 220 orbs, but I was only at 200. So I started going through levels, collecting them until I got every one in a single world, which got me every sticker to fill up in a page and got me Book of Dreams as well. Also on my orb hunt, I came across a beehive that I had to hold on to for 60 seconds while dodging the bees that came out of it. B. Then after I finished that level, I had enough orbs to unlock the bridge, where I found 3 more levels, and even better, I needed another 55 orbs. So my first idea to get more was to finish the Knight's Trials, since they give you 3 orbs each for gold, and they're all honestly pretty easy. Like level 14, you just ride the platforms along collecting unlimited clocks, and then the final one is just a quick 30-second run through all these damn blowfish. And once they were all done, I unlocked this beast. But that's for the end game. I still had a few more trophies to go through, like the trophy I talked about earlier for completing the 30 levels without dying. There it is, amazing ace. Then I had to get gold on every level 50 times by collecting enough points in each. But to make it a bit easier, I did the extra trials that they have in the game. And since I already had most of them, it didn't take me too many, and I got my 50th gold for Golden Boy. Let's go. Got it. Yeah, Golden Boy, let's go. After that, I had to go back to this level called Highs and Glows, where you're supposed to finish the level using the boomerang to light up these fish, which then lights up the path. But for the trophy, I couldn't use it, so I had to make my way through bouncing from jellyfish to jellyfish to get to the end. And I got cut it out. Then I had to create my own custom emote and use it. Well, here it is. Now I had to go and find Gerald, who apparently thinks he's a funny guy that likes to play hide and seek and hides around in different worlds. Like this last one where he's hidden off to the side of the screen, which is my 7th find for Naturalist. Also around the levels are hidden items you can use, such as umbrellas or even fish. Finding them all unlocks me player's player. Is always a fish. But now it's time for the dreaded multiplayer trophies, and there's a bunch. 11 to be exact. But I did find out a way to do them all solo. There's a few dumb ones like slapping each other at the same time, or dancing together. Even one for carrying the other one through a whole trial to get gold. Which is the one that helped me figure out how to get the harder ones done. If I just carried the other one through the trials, I always got the top of the leaderboard, which got me Capitalist for 20 times on top. And also I did it without dying each time, and eventually got me Best Friends for acing 10 levels. There's also another one worth mentioning for doing a high 5, which sounds easy, but to unlock it I had to complete another horrible 2-player level by myself. And holy f*** was it not fun. But I got my trophy. And then since the rest of the multiplayer ones are boring, I'll skip over them, and that leaves me with only 2 trophies left to get in the game. I needed the 275 orbs to get across the bridge for one of them, and to complete the Rip Snorter for the other. And I found out the Rip Snorter gets you 18 orbs along the way. So I got up to 257 orbs and headed in to face the hardest challenge of this game. And this thing is an absolute beast. It takes about 10 minutes of non-stop running through multiple areas that all have different types of obstacles. On top of that, there's no checkpoints and you can only take damage once. A second time and you're dead. And I went in super confident, thinking I was going to get it done fairly quickly, but I couldn't have been more wrong. Oh no. I mean, this here's the farthest I had made it, but every time I got to a new area, I got absolutely mind-f***ed and choked it. But I didn't give up and kept going and going and going, non-stop, and eventually was consistently making it to around the 6-minute mark on hour 2, and started to have all the areas memorized finally. Just this area with the damn skinny spiky bush things. Whatever they are, I absolutely hate them. Those bushes. But after another hour of grinding, I finally got past everything and got to this part I hadn't been to yet before. Holy shit, this is the furthest I've ever made it yet. Oh, that's the goal? No way. Is that it? Did I do it? I did it! Oh, I did it! Oh my god, I finally did it! Yes! Let's go, I did it! Oh man, that took so many hours. Let's go! Oh man. String it together, let's go! Now I just need to finish the last level and I get the platinum. Oh man, that was insane! Holy crap, I finally got it! Let's go! Now the only trophy I had left was for finishing the last level, and with all the orbs from the Rip Snorter I had enough to enter it. So I threw on my hard-earned night costume and went in to take on the last level I needed for my platinum. Alright, alright, alright. And for this level I have to... Not just kidding, screw that, let's get to this platinum already. There we go! Platinum finish line is right there. Go, 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 go! I don't even think I grabbed one orb. Don't need them. Let's go, level complete. There it is, Wonder Plane workout. I'm a platinum, big adventure. Sackboy done, let's go. On to the next one. Now was Sackboy a lot of fun? Oh yeah! But was it one of the best platformers? I don't know about that. But what I do know is that the next game it's a childhood classic and a game I used to love. And I say used to because damn did this game have me raging. What? Where'd the turtle go? It just disappeared. And I know they had Crash 4 listed on the website, but one, I have never platinumed a Crash game before, so I wasn't going to pick the most brutal one. And two, I'm not an absolute madman. But you know, maybe if I get enough subscribers, maybe one day you'll see a video where I platinum every Crash game at once. So, you know, subscribe. But I'm not cheaping out either and playing the second or third game. I'll be playing the first Crash Bandicoot game, also the second hardest behind 4, since it wasn't made to have time trials, but they decided to put them in anyways, which was the absolute worst time I've ever had completing some of them. But before we're sent into the game, we get a cutscene where Crash escapes from Cortex's lab, but he leaves one crucial thing behind. His babe. And that's the whole premise of this game.
We gotta go. It's a history report, not a babe report. But Bill, those are historical babes.
And then right off the bat, I'm dropped face first into my first level, where I realized it's been way too long since I've played Crash. I was absolute garbage at the game and had a lot of practice ahead of me to get this platinum. Oh my god, I suck so bad, I'm so rusty. Oh, why am I so bad? There's no way I can be this bad. But even being as bad as I was, I finished the first level and destroyed every box to get my first of 26 gems I'll need total. Then I hopped into the second level, which is where I ended up getting my first trophy. Spin Doctor. First trophy. In a single level, spin an enemy into another enemy twice. I also got my second trophy here right after for entering my first bonus world. That's what those do. Oh, and while in the bonus world, I even got my third trophy for hitting an extra life away. There we go. I meant to do that. But this game only has 23 trophies including the platinum. And most of them are story related, like the next one I got. The first boss fight, which is against Papu Papu. And by this point I was still horribly rusty at the game. I mean, just look at this. I couldn't even figure out how to beat the first boss. But after dying once, I finally realized this. Oh, I got a bounce on his hand, okay. It's been so long since I played this game. There we go, one more. There it is, first boss fight done. Papu popped. Now back in the main world, I unlocked the ability to switch my character to Coco. And since there's only one trophy in the game to get with her, I figured I'd go get it now. There it is, no holds barred. It's just for spin attacking 5 enemies. And for some reason, it's a gold trophy. But after that, I switched back to Crash and started working my way through to the next boss fight, going through some of my favorite levels, like Hog Wild, where you ride a hog through the whole thing, avoiding enemies and jumping canyons. It's also one of the easiest, unlike this next one, Native Fortress. This one took me over an hour to complete the gold trial on, and now I absolutely despise it. And keep in mind, these are all still the easy versions of the levels. But when I was going through my next level, I accidentally missed way too many boxes along the way. So many in fact that it even got me a trophy. The box that broke the Bandicoot's back. Miss a lot of boxes. And that brings me to the next boss fight. This one against a kangaroo that is definitely on one. For the whole fight, he's jumping around to different platforms while I have to jump on these TNT boxes so they flow downstream and blow him up. Fairly easy besides the part where I suck ass at this game. But here's how I finally got my dub. Ripper ruined. Now for the next area, which has one of the absolute worst levels in the game, Road to Nowhere. So hard in fact that I kept going through all my lives so many times and having to restart that I just went and collected max lives, which is 99 total, and got me the trophy for doing so. Oh, and Road to Nowhere is just a baby version of another level later called High Road. But with all my lives, I was able to get through that one and finally got a break with another one of my favorite levels, Boulder Dash. One of my favorite levels as a kid, probably because it was one of the only ones I could beat. Unlike this next level, Sunset Vista. I can barely beat this as an adult. Don't even get me started on the gold trial. But in this level, there's a bonus world for collecting 3 Cortex heads, and inside is a key. And when I finish the level with the key, I get Cortex's Crazed Contest, and that key just unlocks me a bonus level. But now it's time to fight Koala Kong, and frankly, this guy needs to lay off the juice, and maybe hit leg day once or twice. That might be a good idea. To defeat him is pretty easy. He tosses boulders at me, which I then send flying back. Oh, and I have to dodge falling TNT boxes. But that gets me Koala Conked. It wasn't until a couple levels after that when I got my next trophy, which was just for simply getting zapped by this electricity. Then a few levels after, it was time for the next boss.
Say hello to my little friend!
Pinstripe Potteroo, or however you say it, which really reminds me of Scarface for some reason. Maybe it's the suit, or the office, or maybe it's the trigger-happy gun he doesn't stop shooting at me. But after defeating him, I get Pinstripe Patooey. Now I'll skip over all of the last few levels, since I'll save them for the gold grind. And that leaves only 2 boss fights left. The first against Dr. Nitrous, this Frankenstein-looking guy with the elongated head. Damn! As ugly as he has the most health of any boss so far. 7 hits, or at least that's what I thought the first time. Then he proceeded to turn into the Hulk and murk me. But I learned from my mistakes and beat him next run for Nitrous Broken. Then right before I went in to fight Cortex, I came across a gem path, and stepping on it quickly got me this trophy. Then I finally find Cortex in his blimp. Why is it so dark? I think the brightness went like 80% down. And this boss fight gave me the most trouble of all. Took me about 15 minutes to figure out all the damn orb paths. But here's how I finally beat it to end the main storyline. Finally. Yes, I got it. Damn, why do I suck at this game so much? Holy crap. Oh, and of course I can't forget about Crash saving his babe. And now is where the real grind begins. The first trophy I wanted to get was for getting 5 relics, which are for doing the speedruns, and I did get the trophy on my 5th one, but I was also half a second off from the gold. There's no way I was that close on my first try. I was half a second off. That's so shitty. Right after that, I decided to go and get the other key that's in the game to unlock the last bonus level. And to get the key, I had to go through this brutal bonus roll where you have to time every jump perfectly with the TNT, otherwise you're done for. It honestly took me way too long to beat this. Like this one where I choked it on literally the last box. What? But once I got the key out, I got Cortex's terrifying trial. Then I decided to go back to start grabbing the gems since they'd be easier. Well, I thought they would be. To get the color gems, you have to break every box in the level and complete it without dying at the same time. And doing it on this one was brutal for me since I was still trash. And it probably took me an hour to finally get the green gem. I finally did it. Oh, I suck so bad at this game. That took me way too long. Oh man. But all the white gems were fairly easy, which is what I got for my 13th one that got me a trophy. It is, more gems are better than none. Something just horrible happened right after when I started my time trials. I had a trophy I was saving for the last one, but sadly, I accidentally got it. The trophy I was working towards next was for 10 gold relics. I already had 9 and this level was my 10th. And I think this is where my skills improved because it took me damn near 3 hours of non-stop trying before I was able to get the gold. I was so heated and I just did not want to give up. I even finished it once and got silver. Please tell me I got the gold. No. I hate this game so much. I almost threw my damn controller. But here's my reaction to finally getting it done. Please tell me I did it. I've been doing this for almost 3 hours. Yes, I did it finally. Oh my god, could go all the way. I don't know how I'm gonna beat this game. This took me 3 hours on one level. I'm going crazy. Oh my god, man. I suck so bad at Crash. Holy shit. After that, I went through the rest of the levels, grabbing all of the gems, and honestly, I didn't have too much trouble with any of them. The 3 hours of running that time trial gave me a lot better feel for this game. Okay, here we go. I'm on the last gem. I got 20 relics done so far, so this last gem, then 6 more relics, and I'll get the platinum. Here we go. Last few boxes in the game. Let's go, last gem. Let's go, the ultimate gem path. 100% complete. Oh, I need to complete that last level, the new one they added. So that's exactly what I did next. There's 2 trophies for the DLC I never mentioned before. For a level that was way too hard for the original Crash, so they kept it out. But in here, they brought it back. Luckily in DLC form though, cause holy shit is it stupidly difficult. I was able to complete the level, breaking all the boxes to get the gem, only at the cost of 40 lives. But it got me one of the trophies. And there was no way I was gonna spend probably days trying to get that other one for the gold trial. But if I ever do that video with every Crash game, I'll make sure to do it. Let's go, the crown jewel. Now it's finally time for the final trophy to platinum Crash. I needed the 26 gold trials. I won't show all the rest since a bunch of them weren't too bad, like these ones in the dark. Although super annoying, I just ran them over and over until I understood them and even got a few platinums. But then there's other ones I couldn't get the hang of so easily, like these 3 that I saved for last. The High Road, Slippery Climb, and the dreaded Sunset Vista, the longest one in the game that takes 4 minutes to complete. But the first one I completed was Slippery Climb, and somehow it only ended up taking me just just a few tries since I already had a few runs, and I got that gold. Then Sunset Vista, which I think took me about an hour and some to get it down. But since I was so close, I was way too determined to stop, so I kept pushing on and finally got the perfect 4-minute run through. But holy shit was it insane. The amount of relief I felt when it was done was astronomical. But that leaves me with the absolute worst one possible for last, the high road. Whoever designed this just wishes pain upon everyone that's ever played this. One tiny misstep screws the whole thing, but even worse is these turtles. There's some points where you have to use the turtle to bounce or you just won't even make it. And sometimes the turtles even just disappear on you. But after the first hour, I was finally able to finish it for the first time. And I got silver by a whole 12 seconds. So I somehow needed to beat it again, but 12 seconds faster. Yeah, okay, sure thing. But after another hour, I was finally able to finish once again. And I got this time. How am I supposed to get? Oh my god. I felt so defeated. But out of nowhere, a couple runs later, I pulled this one off. Is that it, please? Is that it? Is that it? Oh my god, is that it? Did I get it? Yes, I got it. Oh my god, I finally got it. Practice makes perfect. I hate this game. The Intrepid Crash Bandicoot Platinum. Holy shit. Oh my god, I hate this game. I suck at this game so much. Let's go. Holy shit, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I actually finally got it. That is insane. So now it's time for game number 3. Astro Bot. Which was actually the first one I platinumed, but I was waiting for the new DLC to come out so I could put that one in the video as well. But I was hyped for this game since I really loved the Astro Bot VR game, which I made a video getting the platinum on. If you want to check it out, I'll leave the link in the description. Right when the game starts, we see the PS5 flying through space, filled with all of the bots just having a blast in there, throwing a big old space party. But then Astro sees something out in the distance that makes him concerned. It's the alien again. He grabs hold of the PS5, rips it open, and then he shoves his whole arm in there. Ugh. Talk about violating. Then he rips out the CPU and puts it in his, well, wherever that is.
Brother,
Then he flies off, leaving the PS5 to explode, sending all the bots and parts flying to different planets all over the universe. Astrobot ends up crash landing on this deserted planet and wakes up to find his controller ship here as well. So off we fly to go find and save all of the other bots now. Where we find our first of 6 worlds, Gorilla Nebula. And my first reaction to this game was just wow. Wow! I mean, it looks outstanding. Wow, this looks a lot nicer than Astro's Playroom. Definitely a lot nicer than the fucking VR. But not even 30 seconds later is when I ended up getting my first trophy. 1 bot down. And then just a minute after that, I got another one for getting my first puzzle piece. A puzzling start. And I made sure to collect every single puzzle piece along the way, as well as all of the bots, just so I don't have to come back for them later. Also because it gives me this nice yellow flag to know I got everything. But now that I finished that level, I had to go through 3 more before I could get into my first boss fight. Robot King Kong again. It's the exact same boss from Rescue Mission. He even does the exact same moves as the Rescue Mission. Last time he was biting it instead of using a bell, but still. There, that's the same move from Rescue. Yeah, you have to break his teeth. It is the exact same. Turn them into fireworks. And now that he's defeated, the ape escape bots come running out of nowhere. So we rescue them, and once we get back, we unlock the new world, which is definitely the best part of each galaxy. Each has a dedicated world to a PlayStation exclusive character you save at the end of each boss fight. And just wait until the awesome characters in the other worlds. But since the first is ape escape, I have to run around chasing down every single ape bot in the map. And some of these suckers are fast. But once I get the last one, I rescue my first ship part. And when I bring it back, the game makes me be the one to repair it. This game got me doing real life work here. I ain't signed up for this. Whoa, I pinched my finger. Look at me, building stuff. Who would have thought? I'm a technician. Didn't know I'd have to be putting in work in a video game. But now that it's all fixed up, I put it back into the PS5 and finally get my next trophy after how long? Hey, unforgettable. Finally got a trophy, been a while. Then since I was making sure to collect every single thing along the way, I got enough puzzle pieces to unlock the Gacha Lab. License to spend. Otherwise known as a claw machine. And after my first use of it, I got this. First prize. Now the only thing I left behind in Gorilla Nebula was 1 more bot, which ended up being on this hidden planet where I had to kill a whopping 4 pixelated enemies to get to him. Pretty crazy stuff there. Let's go. Monkey see, monkey rescue. So now that I had Gorilla Nebula 100%, I moved on to the next, the tentacle system. And with the knowledge of the name, I'll let you take a quick guess at who the boss fight is against. Too slow. It's a giant octopus, and for some reason he has boxing gloves on. I bet Jake Paul would fight him. But defeating him gets me the characters that unlock me the best world in the game. He even tosses me his axe and it makes me look like him. But all around the level are these green ravens I have to collect, and after finding them all, I get Eyes of the Allfather. But once I'm at the end, there's this gigantic pig. I beat him up, then toss him into the ice, and it breaks it all, revealing my next ship part. And on top of that, gets me my last bot in the whole galaxy for Tentacular Spectacular. Then once I head back to the spaceship with my new part to put in, it gets me solid performance. Also got Splash My Dash right after for unlocking the speeder garage. Then I head off for World 3, Serpent Starway, which has possibly my favorite level, Slow-Mo Casino. Cause who doesn't love spinning some slots and winning some jackpots? And there is a trophy here, but since I'm a dumbass and I didn't think to slow down time, I didn't get it, so I'll come back for it later. But my next trophy wasn't until after this boss fight against this crazy snake. And remember how I said the God of War level was the best in the game? Well, I think I lied, because this next one is Uncharted. And just like on the last one, he tosses me his weapon and I turn into Nathan Drake for this amazingly fun level. Like, this gun goes crazy. And just like Uncharted, you got rope swings everywhere and even secret treasures laying around. And after I find them all, I get this, the Lost Legacy. And the ship part I rescue from that level is the GPU. And once I insert it, I get Doing It For You. Then the next building I unlocked was the changing room, so I can change my costume finally. But since I have a problem with moving on before I get the 100%, I went back for the rest of the bots in Serpent World and got Fangs very much. And before I headed off to the next, I went back to the main world and got 2 more trophies. The first for unlocking the safari park, and then when I go inside it, it unlocks me the camera for photo mode. So I took a picture of me and all my brand new friends here and got Strike a Pose. Also, why am I doing dab? For World 4 I ended up getting a trophy right away, but I didn't actually record it, called Jumping Through Hoops, so maybe you can guess what I did to get it. But just like the rest of the game, the next trophy wasn't until the end of this world. The boss fight wasn't too hard, just had to punch the dangly thing in the back of his throat and then give him a little nose yank to catapult him into space. But now we unlock my least favorite level in the game. I had to look it up to even know what it was. Loco Roco. Now who thinks of that when they think of PlayStation exclusives? Who even knows what the f that is? Never mind. There's plenty of better options. I'm sure I'm not the only one who didn't know what this was. But once I get to the end of this roly-poly ass level, I rescue the cooling fan and put it back in the PS5 for keeping it cool. Then of course I went back and got all of the bots for Nowhere to Hide. But at least the last exclusive world is something cool, Horizon. Now I've never actually played it, but I do plan to eventually. And this one has its own boss fight, against Blunderjaw, this giant robot T-Rex, but all it consists of is shooting away whatever he has to throw at me up until I finally get to the last spaceship parts, the protection covers. And once they're on, I get Take Cover. But we're still missing one part, the CPU that the alien ripped out at the very beginning. So we hop into the ship and fly out. Then once we find him, we drop out the fleet of every console and controller through the generations and head after him. Which honestly, super sick. But after going through multiple phases of ship flying and shooting enemies and asteroids out of the way, we finally get the one-on-one with the alien. And he has a wheel that he spins to choose his attacks at random. Then once you dodge them all, you get to hit him. And after a few more times of that, I finally broke into his spaceship. Wow, that was a super easy last boss fight. Beat it first try, only got hit once. A lot to process. Saved the CPU, kid. So now it's time to clean up. And first thing was to go back to the last world and grab the rest of the bots for Back to the Nest. Then there's also this bonus galaxy that you unlock the levels for by going through the secret portals in different levels. And all of these ones have bots to grab as well, totaling up to another 55 I had to grab. But that gets me lost and found. Next up, I went to spend my hard-earned coin on some prizes at the Gacha Lab. And on my 150th one, I get this trophy. Then there was a couple easy ones, like just climbing to the top of the PS5 or dancing with 100 other bots, but there's still one more level I haven't mentioned, easily the hardest in the game. To unlock it, I put all my puzzle pieces into this spot, and that gets me monumental achievement. Then all of the bots pile up and make a wall for you to climb, so I took my chance and knocked them all down for Wall Buster. But at the top of this stupidly large wall, I mean, you gotta climb all the way up to space. But up here is the last level of the game, which is also the hardest. This thing took me almost half an hour to get down, which is insane considering every other level in the game is beyond easy. But the worst was dying at literally the very last enemy possible to even die on, which I ended up doing multiple times. But here's my final run where I beat it. Yes, finally. Screw that level. I died right at the end like 3 times. That was so annoying. And at the end is the Golden Bot, the last bot in the game, and saving him gets me the Golden Bot trophy. The Golden Bot. So now I had 14 more trophies to get, but they're all way too simple and I got them all within just minutes of each other. Like splashing this tree in the face when he's trying to sing, or dunking a basketball. Or catching the golden butterfly in the ape escape level that I missed.
Get your ass back here, boy!
That type of simple stuff, like the one in the casino I forgot earlier. I had to use slow-mo to win 4 jackpots. And then I'll leave the rest of them for you to find out, because I really do recommend the platinum on this amazing game, and all the rest of those trophies are just for messing around with characters like Crash Bandicoot and stuff like that, but those are all really fun, so I suggest you go do all those for yourself. But there was one annoying one I needed for the platinum. I needed something out of the claw machine for it, and to get it, I needed to go back through levels to get money, and once I saved up what I thought was enough, I headed into the claw machine. Oh, I can see it right there, that's the one I need. With the red on it, right there. I have 4 spins. Come on, please. I don't want to go back for more coins. Yes, I got it. So with my very last 2 spins, I luckily got it. Now I had to head over to this Yakuza guy to empty all of his pockets to get my last trophy. Dude's got a lot of things in his pockets, man. There we go, Deep Pocket Dragon. And... Astronomical, the platinum, let's go. Now I was waiting to put the DLC into this video as well, but I was expecting it to be hard. I mean, at least take me more than 1 try each, like come on. I went through the whole DLC so fast I don't even remember it. From start to finish was probably 15 minutes max for everything. Honestly, a little bit of a letdown. I wish they would have been a lot harder. The only thing that took me 2 tries was the last monkey climbing one, because well, who doesn't suck at those ones? But I got every bot in that galaxy and got fast and found to 100% the game. Let's go, Flaming Rescue. Should get the last one right here too. There it is, fast and found. 100% on Astro Bot. And that leaves us with only 1 game left for me to platinum. The brand new Sonic X Shadow Generations. Now I've never really played Sonic before. Well, besides the classics of course. Oh, and I used to play the Shadow game on the GameCube back in the day. I remember that being awesome. But that did nothing to prepare me for what I was getting into. As I came to find out this game has about 1,000 collectibles. Now I don't know the actual number, so it might be a bit less than that, but it's still around there. And I mean, there's collectibles you have to collect just so you'll be able to collect other collectibles. It's insanity. But before I even learned any of that, I get the choice to pick between Sonic or Shadow, since they're split into 2 very different games. So to start, I went with the OG Sonic, so I'd be able to get used to the game and how it played, which turns out is not an easy task. The speeds that this game moves at is crazy. Now I know it's Sonic and he's supposed to be fast and all, but holy shit did it take me a long time to adjust. I had no clue what I was doing most of the time, just because I couldn't keep up with how fast I was going. Maybe I'm just getting old, I don't know. But the way this game works is every level has 2 different versions. One for the OG Sonic, which is this style here, and then another version of the level for the newer Sonic style, which is definitely the one I prefer. But once both are complete, you save one of Sonic's friends. In this case, it's Tails. And you also restore that part of the world back to color, which also gets me this. Green Hill restored, my first trophy. Restore the Green Hill stage gate. And so that's all I had to do for the first few levels, was get through both acts on each and I'd get a trophy. Chemical plant restored. All while trying to get used to this damn game in the process. And after I finish the 3rd level and get the trophy for it, I also get the first boss gate. And to unlock it, I also get these challenges that appear all around the map, with a few of them having keys beside them. And I need 3 of those keys to get into the boss fight. So to get them, I had to complete a few challenges, which are just simple mini races, and it doesn't matter how bad you do as long as you complete them. Then while I was looking for the next key, I found this rival battle against Metal's Sonic, which is just a mini boss fight that gets you a Chaos Gem, and each world has one. But since it is the very first, it isn't anything too crazy. Just have to dodge all of his attacks while waiting for my chance to hit him a few times, and defeating him gets me scrap metal. Then when I had my 3 keys, I unlocked the first boss battle, which is against the Death Egg Robot. What a name. But since I was still absolute booty, the first run didn't end up going well. No, I died. I suck at this game. I just got back to where I was within 30 seconds. It took me 2 minutes before. But next run, I got it down. Oh wow, I was so bad at the first try. I got a trophy, sunny side up. So then I unlocked the next 3 levels, which is where I find this absolute banger of a level. Oh, what? This is sick. This is actually so sick, okay. I thought it was all just gonna be running. Oh, I can do tricks too. Oh, hit a car. Oh, I can drift. This is awesome. Holy crap, that's a big semi. But I completed those 3 for all of the trophies, then went in for my next rival battle. Oh crap, boss battle against Shadow. Oh, this is so sick. Now this one was actually kind of hard. What the fuck is this shit? That's dumb. Absolutely stupid. That makes no sense. You have to chase him down as fast as possible, and then he throws a bunch of asteroids at you, and you have to hit them all back. But even if you miss a single one, which is very easy to do, then you won't be able to catch up to him to hit him. Can't do anything. Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm pressing every button on the controller. There's nothing I can do. And I failed probably 5 times before I actually got it down. Come on, I'm right there. Okay. Yes, I got him finally. Holy crap, man. That made no sense. I had to get all the meteorites. Shadow boxing. But unlike that one, the next actual boss fight isn't too bad. It's against this guy. Whoa, what is that? Perfect chaos. Which was really intimidating at first, but it turned out to be fairly easy. Each round, I guess you could call it, had a course you had to run through, and once at the end, you're able to hit him. And after just a few courses and a few more hits, I easily knocked him down. Oh, what? That's it? He's down already? Alright, let's go. Perfect Punisher. Now with that done, I unlocked the 3rd and final area of this game. And same as the other 2 areas, I just have to complete the 3 levels. Only this time we have brutal levels, like this absolute beauty, which isn't too hard to complete at first, but getting the S rank and the collectibles later is the real problem. And I can't forget to throw in this monstrosity, Planet Wisp, which is just annoying as and hard to complete in general. But after I got those 3 trophies, I went in for the rival battle against Silver, which was pretty easy compared to Shadows. I just had to smack back all the cars that kept getting thrown at me until I was able to make my final hit and left him in dust for Silver got served. There we go. Did I finally get him? Yes. Silver got served. But now we got the next boss fight. It's against Egg Dragoon, and it consisted of me running around this racetrack type level trying to dodge all this guy's attacks. Well, really, I was steady getting hit and collecting just enough coins to stay alive. But after 7 minutes of grinding around in circles, I was finally able to get the last damn hit. Let's go. Beasted. Beasted. Boom Boom Dragoon. And now there's only one more boss fight to end the story mode. I unlocked this new area where I have to place all my gems on gears to make my way up to the final boss battle entrance. And this one is the Time Eater. I won't go too much into it since there's a crazy trophy I have to come back here for, but it switches between old school Sonic style and the new style the whole fight, while you of course dodge all the attacks until you get to hit him a bunch. But beating him for the first time gets me the trophy for beating every stage in Sonic Generations. But I'm far from done. Next up was to clear all 90 of the challenge acts. And well, I only had 10. Now I'm not going to bore you with all 80 acts, but they basically just consist of races. Some where you have to collect a certain amount of coins or only have 1 coin the whole time, and a lot of other random ones, but mostly races against doppelgangers, which is exactly what finished off my 90th one. Yes, that's the end. There we go. 90 done. Sonic Generations mission accomplished. Let's go. Every single challenge in the Sonic Generations done. Now my next goal was to complete the S rank on every level. And to accomplish that I have to complete every single level again, but in a certain amount of time and without dying. There we go, first one down. Which honestly was definitely one of the easier parts of the game. They didn't make the requirements too hard for the S rank, except for those damn Planet Wisp levels, which is the ones I saved for last. Completing both the Act 1 and Act 2 versions without dying took me about half an hour altogether, specifically for the reason of me dying so many times. And also the second one ended up taking me a total of 7 minutes to finish, but I still got what I wanted, and here's my reaction. Yes, that's the end, finally. It's a 7-minute level almost, holy crap. Let's go. Come on, give me the S rank, give me the S rank. Yes, just barely got it. Perfect bonus, S, there we go. Big bang, let's go. I thought that one was going to be so much harder. Next, I decided to go for what's probably the most difficult trophy in the Sonic half of this game. It's for defeating that last boss again, but this time without getting hit even a single time. And keep in mind, it's a 4-minute fight where you're flying through a wormhole the whole time. It's not that easy to dodge. I had put aside a good chunk of time for this, ready for it to take me at least a couple hours. But somehow, luckily, I got this run within my first half an hour. Holy crap, that was a close one. Come on, come on, come on. Please, 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 please. I think that's it. I think that's it. That has to be it. No way, there's still one more? Oh my gosh. Oh no, it is the end. It is the end. Please tell me I got it. Please tell me. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! Yes! Oh my god, I got it. Can't touch this. Oh, yes, I got it. Oh man. Now it's time for everyone's favorite part, the collectibles. And the first ones I went for were all 54 of the Chow, whatever it is, and the 90 red star rings. Both of them are spread out through all 18 levels with 3 Chow whatever and 4 rings hidden on each. And well, to be honest, like most people, I don't like hunting for collectibles on my own. Going through the levels over and over, missing a few each time, not my cup of tea. Neither are collectibles in general, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So I watched a guide for every single one of these, which still took me almost 3 damn hours. And some of these are hidden in the stupidest places. Like this red ring on this level that took me 45 damn minutes to get. You have to make sure to hit both jumps perfectly and then aim for the ring, but I could just not get it for the longest time. But anyways, here's the last of the collectibles for the 2 trophies. Alright, here we go, last Chow right here. Whatever it's called, Chow, I think it is. There we go, last one in the game right there. Rescue Professional, let's go, finally. Oh, there it is, the last one, finally. Oh my god, these collectibles are so tedious. There's the end. Yes, Red Ring Collector. Finally over for now. Till Shadow, I guess. Damn, so many rings. And also collecting all of those unlocks me my last skill for this trophy. Mad skills, there it is. Now for the very last Sonic trophy, so I can finally move over to Shadow Generations. I had to collect the rest of the 261 collectibles. And to do that, I had to ring these bells above all of the challenges to send a music note flying out. Then I had to chase it down within its time limit to get the collectible. So after another 30 of those, here's me finally getting the last Sonic trophy. Oh yes, the last one's right down there, I see it. Oh, I thought oh. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Sonic done after this. Where'd it go? I just lost it. There we go, Sonic done. Sonic Generations, hogging it all up. This one took me 18 hours, 40 minutes. That's insane. Alright, time for Shadow. Now this game is way more intense, and every couple levels you get a new move you have to learn. And the first one I get is Chaos Control. It just slows down time for a few seconds, which is actually pretty damn helpful. And this game is also a lot more action-packed than the other. I mean, look at these crazy cutscenes just mid-level. Whoa, that looks sick. And since there's less levels in this one, it makes up for it by all of them being way longer in length, so that's fun. Basically evens out if you ask me. Also, this one still has 2 different style acts for each level, and on the second one I get another new move unlocked. What? Damn. shadow wings so I can fly around. But completing both of those ends up getting me this trophy. Wow. Alright, yeah, Shadow's moves are way cooler. Space Colony Arc restored. Then I get introduced to the hub world. And unlike the other one being a side-scroller style, this one is a 3D open world with a stupid amount of places to explore. And plenty of hidden collectibles to find. But that's for later. And also unlike the last, there's only 2 worlds before the boss fight. So once I finish the next one, which was quite literally just a whole level of grinding for both acts, but then I got this next trophy, Rail Canyon Restored. So now I unlocked the first boss fight. But just like the last, I can't go in until I complete 3 challenge acts and get the keys. And same as before, just mini races and collecting coins, nothing different here. But my first fight is against this big bastard, the Bio Lizard, which ended up taking me 5 minutes just to figure out how to hit him, so that was fun. But then I found out you had to grind up onto here, and that gets Shadow to go ham on him. And after I got a few more hits in, here's the very last one. Damn, let's go. Shadow's boss fights are so much sicker. Oh crap. Vanquished Bio Lizard. That was sick. Once I was back in the hub world, I unlocked another new move, Doom Surf, which is, well, surfing, but Doom style. But anyways, then I went and completed my next 2 levels for the trophies, Kingdom Valley Restored and then Sunset Heights Restored, which then brings me into this fight against the Metal Overlord, which involves me strictly Doom Surfing for the whole fight, and I just have to keep hitting everything I can at him until he's on his last hit. There we go, one hit, where we just have to play some ping pong against him to win. Let's go. Vanquished Metal Overlord. And remember how I said every few levels you get a new move? Well, we've already got a new one. This one is called Doom Morph, which lets me go on this purple stuff so I don't have to do this. And that, of course, is then implemented into the next levels as well, even making you use it as a swing. But once I'm finished those 2 acts, I get Chaos Island Restored. Then instead of a second level this time, the next boss battle is right after that. So I collected my 3 keys and headed on in. Now I don't know too much about Sonic lore, which is also why I haven't gone into the story too much, but this guy is sick looking. Mephiles, think. But of course the new move is in this fight, so if I want to move around, I have to morph. But there's also this other little move I forgot to mention. When you press triangle, you shoot out shockwave type attacks, and I have to use those to either kill enemies, get rid of their electricity, or power on things like elevators, which becomes really fun to use when getting the S ranks. But halfway through this fight, this guy decides to morph into a huge purple demon, which ended up being a bad idea on his part because I found this have to be way easier than the first, and I got him down in the next few hits. Vanquished Mephiles, I don't know what that is. He's done though. This time when I get back to the main world, everything turns completely red and introduces the last portal of the game, which has 2 parts to it. The first being the insane 2-act level with a lot of flying and world flipping upside down. Most insane levels in the whole game. And they made the S rank on these levels super hard, so we'll be coming back to get these beasts. But the first time completing gets me this. There we go, last level done, only 1 boss fight to go. Then on to the final boss to beat this game. For this, you have to go through a different stage for every move there is. So for the first one, you just have to run through hitting stuff at him. Then the one with the Doom Morph goo. And then the final longest part is the flying, since he resets his health back to full after the first parts. And that trophy that was in Sonic for defeating the boss fight is here too, and 10 times harder as you can imagine. It ended up taking me almost 3 hours to get it, but that's the one I saved for last. Still have a few more to get before that, like the one I got for beating this final boss and finishing the game. There we go. Had to go through all that just for one little hit again. There we go. All stages cleared. Finally done. I got a C on that. I have to do that without taking damage still. Oh man. But now we're finally on the home stretch to get to platinum. And next up was the challenge axe. But luckily instead of 90, this game only has 30. And the only one that really gave me trouble was this monstrosity. If you run, the platform goes up. You stop, it goes down. Very simple, yet very stupid. And yet it got me killed so many times. But it was the last one I needed to finish. Yes, I finally got it. This level sucked. Oh my god, I was having fun until that one. Shadow Generations mission accomplished. Let's go. Almost done the game. The next up is the 12 S ranks on the levels, which was easy for every single level except these last damn two, where I just couldn't stop getting times like these. Come on, please tell me I got it. That had to have been it. That has to. What? This makes no sense. I've done this so many times. It says I need 30 more seconds off. I got 400 rings in 4 minutes 13. That makes no sense. This level's insane. Come on. 140 points off? There's no way. And remembering this whole level and how to get through it fast without dying is an absolute challenge. There's multiple different paths you can take, or you can fly to skip a bunch of areas, but it ended up taking me about 20 tries to actually finally get the winning run. Come on. It's fastest I've ever done it. That has to be it. Yes! Ultimate life form. S rank on every single level done. Finally. This one took me like 10 plus tries. Damn, let's go. Now all there is left is the stupid collectibles. But the first collectible guide I followed was for all 80 bolts around the map. Here we go, that's number 80 finally. Which probably took me a good 45 minutes. But then I delivered them all to Orbot and Qbot so they'll build a rocket ship. Completed, there we go. But instead, these idiots just build a cuckoo clock. Then collecting the rest of the collectibles after that was an absolute drag. There's some everywhere. They got some flying around in the sky you have to get. They got all those damn bells with music notes again, but way harder to catch. And then they also have these little challenges all around that you have to complete. Like getting a certain amount of rings in the time limit, or following a checkpoint around before the time limit drains, which is definitely the worst. On the hardest ones, it goes on for so long, and following it then failing after 4 minutes is absolute dog shit. Or this intense one where I had to follow it all the way up to the very top of the map. But worst of all was these damn hidden crates to open up around the map. To be able to even open them, I needed to collect every single token collectible from every single level and every single challenge. And they all have 3. Yes, finally the last collectible. But then on top of that, I have to take those collectibles all around the whole map to be able to open these other damn hidden crate collectibles. Needless to say, I absolutely despised it, and I don't think I'll ever be playing another Sonic game again after this. All these damn collectibles. But here's me finally opening the last of these horribly stupid, awful boxes. Yes, the collectibles are over. Finally, oh my god. Let's go. Hogging it all up. Where's the other one? All collection boxes collected. You gotta love getting collectibles just to be able to collect other collectibles, man. And now it's finally time for the last trophy to get the platinum. And like I said before, this ended up taking me just under 3 hours to complete. The first part where you're running was easy to get through and I barely ever got hit in that one. The second part did take me a few tries of dying to get down, but then that became super easy as well. It was just that damn flying part. I'd either get hit due to me being a dumbass like this, or because of this damn slap move he has. I just could not get the hang of it for so long and it had me getting so mad. And the fact that I had to go through the first parts for almost 3 minutes just to get here and get hit was so aggravating. Also going all the way through to the end just to find out I failed was always fun. But eventually after plenty of painful deaths, I figured out every single one of his move patterns and was able to dodge them all and make my way all the way through to the end. That has to be it. Come on. Please tell me that's it. Oh my god. Please tell me that's it. I didn't get hit once. Oh crap, I almost missed the button. I put down the controller too early. base. Yes, I got it, untouchable. Oh my god, I got it. Oh my god, I got it. Oh, it's been 2 hours. Oh my god. All trophies collected. Platinum. Is that all it's called? Oh my god, it's over. Oh, I don't think I'm ever gonna play Sonic again. Oh, it's over. Holy shit. That was insane. Holy crap. Oh, I finally got it. So that's all 4 platinums on all 4 of PlayStation's best platformers. And what a journey it was. I got a total of 161 trophies and it took me about 100 hours of gameplay. So thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Maybe even drop a comment or check out one of my other videos. But again, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.